This is Alliance for Retired Americans, and I would like to introduce to you Bill Sia, who's going to talk to you a little bit about the Alliance.
Thank you, Tom.
Where's the sound?
My name is Bill Sia. I'm on the executive board of the Alliance for Retired Americans, and looking around, we have 4 million members in the Alliance for Retired Americans, over 200,000 who belong to the Florida Alliance for Retired Americans. And on their behalf, I want to thank you all for coming out today. It's a beautiful day. You see, they made sure that we had nice weather. I want to talk to you about a program that's a governmental social program which affects tens of millions of Americans. Not only does this program assist folks who are seniors or retirees, but it also assists the disabled. And you've probably seen the statistics that 20% of all workers will become disabled at some point during their working experience before they reach retirement age. It also supports those spouses of deceased and their children. The program I'm talking about does not add one dime to the deficit. In fact, it has over I guess that's the applause. It has over a $2 trillion surplus and is solvent for the next 25 years. With a slight modification, which I'll mention in a moment, it will be solvent for the next 75 years. That change, which we advocate as an organization, is to raise the cap on those contributors to the fund. Right now, there is a limit or a cap of $107,000. So if you earn more than that amount, you do not contribute to the fund. The fund I'm talking about is an insurance policy where folks contribute while they're working and then benefit from the security later. It's not an exorbitant fund. The average payout is approximately $13,000 a year. It is not a privatized fund either. Could you imagine if the benefits that our folks receive at retirement were to be subject to the whims of Wall Street right now? Just think of it for a moment. This is a program that is not privatized. Well, I'm sure by now you can see where I'm going. Today happens to be the 76th birthday of this program. It is Social Security. Let's have that's a nice warm applause for the program that I've been talking about. Now, you probably remember that when Hurricane Katrina hit in New Orleans, that the first request of those folks who were homeless was not, where do I go for a meal? They said, where do I go for my Social Security check? That's how important it is. Now let's talk about accountability, because obviously we are here to criticize an extremist who wants to, number one, privatize Social Security so that the wealthy can get wealthier, so that those hedge fund managers on Wall Street can take from the neediest and give it to the wealthiest. I also want to talk about his choice of trying to dismantle Social Security. Now, you'll hear a lot from the extremists in the Republican Party in particular who say that, listen, we will not affect any retirees currently or anyone who is 55 or over. That's a lie. The fact of the matter is that by raising the retirement age and by changing the formula for cost of living, they will directly affect those retiring and those soon to retire. It will cost, if the extremists want to get their way with the new COLA formula that some of you have heard of, it's called the chain CPI, that what that would do would immediately deduct hundreds and eventually thousands of dollars from retirees who are benefiting from Social Security immediately. So shame on you, Alan West. Go back to Congress and make sure that the rights that have been earned under an insurance program will not be taken away by you and your friends who have no regard for the citizens who have contributed to that fund. I do want to thank those of you for coming. I also want to, we have our Alliance Retired Americans Florida organizer who is also taping part of the program, Jennifer Kenny. Jennifer, where are you? Oh, here's Jennifer. And as I mentioned, we have over 200,000 members in Florida that belong to the Alliance Retired Americans. I'll bet you a number of our seniors here today do. And Jennifer has information of how you can join the Alliance Retired Americans to guarantee that we will keep that strong advocacy voice for seniors in this country. So thank you once again. Thank you, Tom and Hillary. And thank you, Lavana, for putting on the program.